ED331. Let me close these. We're done with. All right, and here we're going to use another .NET tool called .NET Reflector. So you have another file to work on. This is a graphical tool, app to play with. So let me close this, close Visual Studio. Okay, and I think I've already downloaded this thing. ED331, yeah, all right. Here's ED331. If you run this thing, again, you know, Windows will complain. But when you run it, it's, of course, essentially the password guessing game we just made. So you fail unless you get the right password, and then you get in. So it's a modified version of that, maybe hardly even modified, I think, the first one. And so we could use ILSpy, but we're going to use another app called Reflector, another .NET hacking app, .NET Reflector. You download and install this thing. It's probably already on your machine. I forget. You might have to install it because one of these had only like a 15-day trial. So I didn't pre-install it. I've forgotten. But anyway, you get this thing, and there it is. And now it's very much like the others. Let me remove this old stuff. Should be a remove. I think maybe delete. Yep, delete gets rid of it. Okay. All right. So this is all the system stuff that it holds, and now you can open your app, and we're doing that one in the downloads folder. This ED331. Okay. So you analyze this app, and here it is. It's called Windows Form App, and if you expand it, you'll see the stuff in here. There's resources down here, which are not expanding. I said expand. All right, maybe not. But up here is Windows Form App. And here's a form, and in the form there is a button. And so that's the button object, and somewhere there's going to be a push button. Button click, there we are. When you click the button, this is what happens. And now you can see if the text is top secret, you win, otherwise fail. So you can just see the right answer here. So it's sort of thing, and the same thing is true of Java apps on an Android phone. You can just read them and find out what they're doing. So this just lets you see it. But what's interesting here, like I said, this one here, this is C#, but if you prefer, you can see it in Visual Basic. Or you can see it in its original form of IL. Here's the actual intermediate language of it. And now what we're going to do is hack this the way we hacked assembly code. In real assembly code, we added like breaks and nops and stuff. We're going to do that here. It's much easier. The only thing that's not obvious is this tool doesn't give you the raw binary of these .NET things. It doesn't show you what is the binary form of store location, load location, and so on. So you actually have to go look up on the web to turn this. So here's the detailed instructions we have here. It stores something in register 0, loads something for register 0, then it does a branch on false to skip somewhere. So this is the part that tells if you did it right. This is the if statement, branch on false. So all we want to do is change branch on false to branch on true. Yeah, or something. And so to find out what they are, we can find the hexadecimal codes, and I just found them on Wikipedia. It doesn't appear in the tool that it does in like IDA Pro and Ollie Debug, but it's right here. Here's all the .NET. These are the common intermediate language instructions. Here they are, and there's the hexadecimal version. So I could just find the code for these commands. So this is a storeloc 0. So if I just do stloc.0, there it is. That's 0xa. So it's just a hexadecimal byte for each of these commands. This is the language. And so branch on false is 2C, br false s, which I think means string. So br false dot s, there it is. Br false dot string is 2C. Now br true dot string is 2D. So all I have to do is find a 2C and turn it into a 2D, and I'll make a game that I win with the wrong password instead of winning with the right password. So we're going to do that. Now there's going to be more than one 2C in there. So to find the right one, I also figured out a few things around it. So I want to see this pattern, 0A06, 2C, then something I don't know, then a 72. So that's the pattern. So that's all we have to do. We can do that in the hex editor very easily. So We don't need this. We don't need this. We just need HXD. Simplest way to edit a file. So you open that file, which is ED331, okay? And now I'm going to do a search, find, and I want to find those hex values 0A06 2C. There. Those are the 3 bytes I want to find in that order. So I search, and there are 3 cases where it appears, but I know I'm going to skip one and see a 72, and you can see there's only one place that happens. It's here on 28A. So that's the one I want to go to. All right, so there it is, and that 2C, I want to be a 2D. And that's it. You just change it to C, then you save it as, I think I'm going to save as, I'm going to call it ED331A. And that should do it. So now, if I go in the folder where they live, the original game is here. So I run the original game, and I give it a password of A, I fail. Okay? But here's the modified game, 331A. Oh, maybe I didn't save it anywhere I can find it. There it is, 331A. Okay, good. So if I run the modified game and give it a password of A, then I win. So that's...
If you give the right password, you should lose that.
That's right. And I think it's probably top secret. I think we saw it was. Yeah, now you fail. It's backwards, yep. So, man, I could have taken that branch and made a NOP or something, so I'll always get through. But anyway, that's right. So I just reversed the logic. There are many ways to hack it. Anyway, and so that's what I wanted to show you. And the flag is the CRC of that, which I used to get with hashcalc, but now you use 7-zip. 7-zip lets you have right-click and get a CRC. And there's more to play with here, more things to go into and find. I made a series of them using simple .NET programming in Visual Studio. All right, so that's all I wanted to show you. Let me stop this.